What's up, Nerdgenic Nation? Superhero nerd Aaron Waller here, and Jurassic Park is one of my favorite movies, but the sequels have never quite lived up to the original. But now the supposed end of the Jurassic Park franchise, at least in terms of the continuity of the original film and characters that get followed up in the sequel trilogy, Jurassic World Dominion looks to go out with a bang, but for me, it was more of a fizzle. Jurassic World Dominion picks up 4 years after the events of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, which I personally wasn't a big fan of, as dinosaurs have now fled from Isla Nublar and are living in the world alongside mankind. Of course, this presents a plethora of problems, which I was hoping would be explored as the end of Fallen Kingdom, and even some of the promotional material for Dominion sort of teased. Dinosaurs in suburbia and big cities sounds very interesting for a natural evolution of this series. They tried it in The Lost World, but this was really the moment to steer the story in that direction. But of course, they steered it towards a big corporation doing bad things on the down low, which we've seen plenty of times by now. In terms of action, the movie was fine and over the top as one would come to expect, but I never really felt like I cared or even like this was even a Jurassic World and Jurassic Park movie. They were putting the characters in dangerous situations that just felt like they wanted the audience to feel tension, but I never really felt that at all. They wanted to make an Indiana Jones, James Bond action style movie with a political statement and dinosaurs, which is just way too much and not my cup of tea. The overall look of the movie, however, was pretty decent, and the dinosaurs, even when there was a lack of practical effects, did look pretty good. But there are some serious eye-rolling moments, including the final fight and the literal recreation of the Jurassic Park T-Rex logo. But more than anything, Dominion was Chris Pratt's audition tape for an Indiana Jones reboot, or at least it felt like it at times. And the way they tried to bring in the story of Locust, the girl from the previous movie who was a clone and also fit in the original characters, was just way too much. And I can get behind the last point, but the majority of it just didn't do it for me. And not to mention that this movie is simply too long for no reason. The characters make tons of stereotypical choices and just have a weird interaction with one another, especially when the old school meets the new school. It feels very unorganic and just very forced for no reason other than to have a reference to the old characters from the original movie, as well as bring in the new characters that we've been dealing with. It even tries to make an evil character from the last movie redeemable in this one. Like, make up your mind. And they also have the audacity to introduce a new character at the very end. What is this, Star Wars? And not to mention that this movie is simply too long for no reason. It clocks in right around 2.5 hours and could have easily lost 30 to 40 minutes and be the same movie. It tries to pack way too many things in, and on top of that, finish off the series quite possibly in one of the most rushed endings of all time. It doesn't feel satisfying in the least. In my humble opinion, they should have stopped with the first Jurassic World, or had the sequel involve more of the original cast or something of that nature. And I'm fine with dinosaurs leaving the island, but Jurassic World 2 was a failure, and this film only continues to compound that failure. But anyway, as a fan of this series, I was very disappointed in Dominion, as I was with Fallen Kingdom, and for that reason I'm going to give Jurassic World Dominion a 4 out of 10. It just wasn't doing much for me, and I doubt any fan of the franchise will consider this a worthy ending or even enjoy it at all for that matter. So those are my thoughts, and now I want to hear from you in the Nerdgenic community. What did you think of Jurassic World Dominion, and where would you rank it on the list of Jurassic Park movies? Let me know in the comment section down below, and while you're down there, be sure to hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell notification so you don't miss out on any future videos from me or the rest of the Nerdgenic team. And also be sure to give us a like and follow across all social media platforms at Nerdgenic so you don't miss out on any special news, announcements, or articles at nerdgenic.com. But in the meantime, if you want even more video content from us, be sure to check out these videos on screen, like my History of series where you get the comic book history of various heroes and villains with new episodes every single Saturday right over here, or check out this video right over here where I give my biggest takeaways on the Black Adam trailer. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We hope to see you in the next video.